Okay, let's go over exponential decay. So exponential decay is when something decreases by a certain factor over and over again. So you may see this in chemistry problems or things of that nature, where something decreases by half of what it currently has. So for example, if we have 200 grams of something, then it decreases by half the amount, so it goes down to 100 grams. Okay, then it decreases by half that amount to 50 grams, then half of that to 25 grams, then 12.5 grams, and so on. So the amount that decreases by constantly changes. So it was 100, then it decreased by 50, then it decreased by 25, then it decreased by 12.5. So this is a lot different than linear type of decay, where if we had 200 grams and we decreased by 100 grams, we'd be at 100. Then we would decrease by 100 again, and we would be down to 0. Or if we had 200, we decrease by 25 to 175, then by 25 again to 150, then 25 again, down to 125, and so on. So exponential decay, we keep on decreasing, but the amount we decrease by is also decreasing. Whereas in a linear decay or decrease, we decrease by the same amount over and over again. If we think about an exponential function as a form y equals a times b to the x, for exponential decay, this b value is going to be somewhere between 0 and 1. So for example, let's say we have y equals 200 times 1/2 to the x. So this is going to model what we had before with the 200 grams that decreases by 1/2 over and over again. So initially at time 0, we have 200 grams. Then when x is 1, we put that in, and we'd have 100. Then it'll go down to 50, and down to 25, down to 12.5, and so on. So if we look at a graph of this, we see that, let's say this is 200, then 1 year later, it would be half that amount, then another year later, it would be half of that, then half of that, and half of that, and so on. So it's going to follow this type of curve. Whereas if we had a linear decrease, it would be a straight line going downward. So another thing to notice is that when this decreases, it's going to reach a point where it doesn't pass. It's not going to pass this x-axis with this function. Whereas the linear decay will go down into the negatives.